Boom, baby! Oh my, let's go, baby! One. It's your boy, baby.
What is up, guys? Welcome back. It is your boys. I apologize for the channel hiatus. I was busy with stuff for the wedding and just a whole bunch of stuff and posting more on the talk, but I am back and I got my boy here, Cam from ForgingTheories / ForgingReviews. Today, we're going to be tackling what I'm going to be calling the best movie of 2022, Thor Love and Thunder. Shout out to the wifey for the new shirt. Just got to give me the leather jacket and I'm all game. But today we're going to be talking about our theories, cameos, post-credit scenes, all that. So we're going to get into it. And as always, stick around because we want to have this platform be a possibility for us to have more people like yourselves come in and join and partake in the conversation. So let's get right into it. What's up, Cam? How we doing?
Listen, man, I messed up my lighting. I messed up my lighting again, so I'm trying not to get in the strobe mode, but we're good. We're gonna roll with it. Listen,
Hey,
man, I'm excited for this. I'm excited for this movie. I'm excited to talk about this. It's been long overdue. I think we had a dip after Multiverse of Madness, so I need to pick me up, and this is the first step. This is the first step, so I'm ready.
All right, I bet. So then, without further ado, we're gonna get right into the opening statement. And I gotta know, Cam, what are you looking forward to the most from Thor: Love and Thunder, baby?
Dude, honestly, I think what I'm looking for most is a good blend between action and adventure. I think a lot of things in Phase 4 have been kind of rushed. It's either an origin story or it's kind of wrapping up loose ends. And I think this story from, all the everything that we've heard about it or seen from the trailers, like this is going to be the first thing that we have, like an established character, first OG Avenger to get a fourth movie. We have an established director who's already kind of been doing it. So it's like, this is a ride. Like, I'm ready to jump on this. This is going to be a roller coaster. It's going to be wild. I know we're going to jump into a lot of things, but I think I'm just really looking forward to a good, complete adventure story where I can walk out of the theater and just be like, man, that was just like solid. That's what I'm looking for.
Okay. This is gonna be peak Thor in terms of him as a character, and I personally believe as well as the storyline too. So I'm all hyped.
No, 100%, man.
The hype ship has
Um,
sailed, bro. It's going.
with two goats on the front.
The two ghosts just took me, boy.
Yeah, two goats are gone. I love it.
So, I know you and I have already talked about this slightly off camera, and I've had plenty of conversations with so many Marvel fans. But question number one is, how is this movie going to put Gore the God Butcher on the map as one of the greatest villains in the MCU? What is his power scale going to be looking like, and how is he going to get there?
I mean, I think first thing is like, I think it's very smart that they chose Christian Bale, so it's got to be good. But you're gonna have like a Thor who's going through kind of a revival. So you're gonna see that training montage, you're gonna see that power, you're gonna see him really like a Thor that we probably haven't seen since Ragnarok.
Hmm.
Someone who could wield both the hammer and Stormbreaker, like that OG, like King Thor. We obviously, he had his look, but you're going to have someone who's going to be peak. Like, I'm back in shape, I'm ready to go. And then on the other side, you're going to have a villain who darn near is just as strong, if not stronger, by the end of the movie. So you're already going to know Thor's power scale, everyone else that's going to be around him, all the other gods that we're going to get introduced to, and then you have the God Butcher. Like, you have to be peak to even carry that title. You know what I mean? Like, I don't know what you think about it,
I'm
but
getting chills listening to you, bro.
what do you think?
Well, I talked to my boy David. You know how he's like. He
Yeah.
he sent me a voice memo saying that Marvel getting Christian Bale to play this role is one of the best decisions because he is like a top tier actor to be in Marvel. And he even said that he might possibly be the greatest actor to join the Marvel, phenomenon that it is. And that
Right.
being said, I already know Kevin Feige and all the people involved are like, yo, you're Christian Bale, you're here. Whatever you want to do in this movie, I'm gonna let you run with it, because
For sure.
you are a expert in this craft, and I know how you can just like get engulfed in the character. So I think he's gonna turn it up and be like American Psycho, the Batman,
Mm,
every character that he's ever played, he's just gonna harness that like energy and just deliver.
yeah.
He's gonna deliver,
Yeah.
and I think, in some of the interviews, Taika Waititi, he had even said that Gore is probably one of the top villains in the MCU, and I'm thinking that he's gonna probably be my top three, up there with Thanos and possibly
Yeah.
like a Killmonger type character.
You have Heath Ledger Joker, and you have Thanos. Those are the two best villains we've ever seen on screen, hands down. I feel like that is not up for debate. That is just facts. But the thing is in casting Christian Bale, you have an opportunity now to have someone who can bring those facial features, those things. We talked about it off screen a couple weeks ago at your wedding, and it's like, why doesn't he look like the comic book? Like that's what everyone was saying when they first were like, "Oh, here's Gore. This is what he looks like," and everyone's like, "Oh, he doesn't look like he's not comic book accurate." Blah 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 blah. He doesn't have the symbiote. All those things that we could talk about, but he doesn't need that. And you're already in a movie where it's going to be heavily CGI'd. So to have a character who can give you the features, show you that rage, that anger, those whole things, like, what more would you want? Like, that's the kind of person who's going to put a villain on the map. And the way that they're positioning the character and the way that he's going to look on screen, with the touch-ups, of
Mhm.
course, it's just going to add another layer of that boom, baby, here we go. Like when you get to that third act, that is when the payoff comes from who they casted, how they made him look, and what led up to that final moment to, does Gore survive this movie or not? And if he gets cut down, who does it? And whoever does it, I mean, that's a badge. That's on whoever takes him out. That's huge.
Mhm.
So you don't get that with a C level or B level casting.
I agree. No, I mean you said that beautifully, but I don't think Marvel has revealed his full look. I think as he gets stronger, as he
Yeah.
kills more gods, whatever blade that he ends up using, he's gonna get that cosmic energy, and it's gonna transform him into that comic book accurate looking Gore by the,
Yeah.
by the third act.
Touch on that for a second for me, because this is a question that I personally had, and I wanted to talk to you about it. It's between it's power scale related.
Hmm.
His sword and who he can defeat with it as he progresses. Like, is he gonna have like what do you think? Do you think he's gonna be able to cut down Eternals, cut down Celestials, cut down really anyone who stands in his way? I mean, is Thor gonna need a power up on top of the power ups to, you know what I mean? Like what is it gonna take?
See, like I had this conversation, I'm pretty sure I had it with you partially, but if we're thinking that Gore has been around since like the beginning of time, right? And there's a high possibility that he has been killing gods since very early on in his Marvel career or whatever, or like just the Marvel history. He could have been the one who killed the Celestial that is now the head of nowhere,
Nowhere.
So
Yeah.
that they could
Yep.
easily write that in. And I'm not gonna lie to you, if they show a flashback that shows him taking that dude's head off, bro, everybody is gonna need a cosmic upgrade like none other.
Who knows Nowhere better than the Guardians? Having Rocket or someone be like, "Oh, that's the guy." And if they're, you know what I
Yeah.
mean? Like if they're nervous about it, bro, I'm sitting in my seat nervous about it, looking left, looking right, and I'm just like, "Oh no. Like that's not the one today." But I like that. I really like that idea.
Yeah. Question number two. Is this the last we are going to see of Chris Hemsworth, Thor? And if not, I want you to give me your third act prediction. Who is going to die and how are they going to die?
So I have gone through a lot of different scenarios in my head of who should, who would, who could. Do I think that Thor should? I think if he does, it would be a decent send off, especially with Natalie Portman back. Like I think that was a big missing piece for me with the Thor character is how do you move on and not really address like that whole love aspect of the storyline that he
Mm-hmm.
has. But now that she's back and you kind of have that cancer storyline and whatever, I don't know, comic book wise, like if she keeps using powers, then it doesn't help anything. It hurts her more than it
Mm-hmm.
helps. But if I don't think Gore's going to survive. That's my only thing. If I thought that Gore would continue on, then I think that Thor would die. I foresee Thor replacing Odin as that figure later on. I think that there's some pieces of Loki that are still out there. How do they not cross paths again? There's going to be a lot of people rumored to be cameoed in this. I don't think that's enough time for Loki to show up. If they do the play, because Matt Damon's back and all those people who are in Ragnarok who, when Loki was posing as Odin in the
Yeah, yeah,
beginning, like they're back. So like you have a little bit of that play. But I I don't think anyone dies. I don't think anyone dies from Valkyrie, Mighty Thor, Natalie Portman, Chris Hemsworth. I think they live. I personally believe that we're going to get a child from Natalie Portman and Thor, and that's going to be either their daughter or son who's going to be a part of the Young Avengers and this whole like young movement that Marvel's trying to do right now. What do you think of that?
Dude, I mean, I've been since day one, bro. I've been on the train of this is it. This is it for Thor. And I say that from like two, maybe three reasons. Reason number one, my boy Chris Hemsworth, regardless of his contract or not, he's been in it the longest. There's a certain point that
True.
the story needs to close. And for me personally, what better way to go out versus somebody who's like a menacing threat like Gore? You know what I'm saying? So, in that sense, I can see that happening. Two, I also feel like to put Gore on the map as one of the greatest villains, like for instance, well, not even for instance, because I was gonna say like in Batman vs Superman when Superman died to Doomsday.
I was just gonna say that, bro. I literally was just gonna ask you if that's okay.
But
Go on, go
Doomsday
on,
was
go on.
whack. You know,
Swear to God.
Doomsday was like an underdeveloped villain. He just showed up in the third act and that's it. But in this case, if you can develop the storyline of Gore and show the betrayal that he has felt from the gods, and you can feel that in the audience, right? Because I feel like what's really going to be the turning point in this movie is that there's going to be a portion of the movie where we feel so bad for Gore that we want him to win.
Hmm,
And at the end of the
sure.
day, for him to win means Thor has to lose. So if he delivers that dagger or whatever, the necro sword or whatever blade he has, through Thor's heart, and Thor is somehow able to deliver a final blow that also kills Gore and they die like simultaneously on their last breath,
Yep.
I can like
Yep.
I picture that and I've envisioned that since day one. And I think that'd be a good way to send both of
Yeah.
them off. Gore feels like he achieved
Yeah.
what he needed to do. Thor has lived a beautiful life within the MCU and has, carried this franchise, from the dark days in Thor: The Dark World to now. You know what I'm saying? So like,
The dark
I think
days.
it could be a
Yeah.
good time to close the loop. Okay, Thor survives. Where does he show up next? And is he a necessity? My question is, how necessary is the character of Thor
Okay.
to progress the MCU further along?
All right. Let me. I, s- I want to
All
talk
right, let's
about
go.
that part. I want to talk about that. I
Let's
want
get
to
it.
talk about that part. Do I think that Thor is a necessity to the MCU moving forward? Yes.
Ooh, yeah.
Yes. Simply, simply on the basis of there is not an Avengers team yet. If you're gonna have Doctor Strange go and fight this incursion, and the next thing is a Secret Wars type of thing, something, the big thing that comes next is going to be cosmic. And right now, I feel like the weakest part of the current team, if you will, is Earth base.
Hmm.
I mean, is cosmic. Yes, you have the Guardians, but they're still a little broken, so who knows? Yeah, we get the introduction of Adam Warlock. That's an OP potential character. Fine. Um, we're gonna talk about cameos, I'm
Yep.
assuming. So, we might have some people pop up that could potentially fill the role of Thor. But right now, I mean, Hulk, I don't know. Like, I feel like you still need another. There hasn't been a passing of the torch moment from an Avengers standpoint. So I feel like that's still Thor's place. I feel like it's still Thor's right now to do what he did. Oh, I'm wrecking the set here. It just like he did the Thanos. Like that was him towards the end. Like he had the best shot and he was the
Hmm.
strongest person to get that done. The next big multiversal, nah, I don't even want to say multiversal. The next Avengers level threat, no one would, if Thor's not here, just GG's, done. I can't think of anyone right now who it would be a ragtag movie. I have no idea. Like there would have to be someone who would rally the crew first. And I think Thor would have to be the one because he's the only one that right now is connecting the outer space and Earth base
Hmm.
heroes, in my opinion.
So let me tell you this. Tony Stark, OG Avenger. He laid down the sacrifice to bring
Hmm.
uh, peace to the Avengers and thus Thanos and all his armada. Gone. Steve Rogers, OG Avenger, retired, fallen in love. Hang the shield up on the wall. It's over. Black Widow, OG Avenger, gave her life to sacrifice herself in order to bring back everybody. OG Avenger, done. Hawkeye, my boy's deaf in one ear. He's got arthritis in his fucking wrist. I don't even know.
Entire
Yeah,
body.
I don't know what he has left. He's basically done after Hawkeye. He's got his replacement. Uh, Hulk. We saw a little bit in the She-Hulk trailer, looking more like a mentor figure. I'm telling you, bro, this is the time
Hmm.
where the OG Avengers get to lay to rest. Part of being a hero is putting the cape up and saying, I'm done. It is no longer my responsibility. And that's probably the hardest part of being a hero because you feel like you always have that obligation. But at the end of the day, somebody's got to come in and take it. And I feel like this is the best time, if ever, to do that same thing for Thor. Let me ask you this. Now that you're an avid Funko Pop collector, whose Funko is, if you were to just get one of them, is a definite must based on its look?
Dude, listen, I'm not gonna lie. I think the costumes overall are like, they're very caliente. Like, I think that they all look good. From a pop standpoint, bro, give me Mighty Thor all day.
Let's get into the cameos. I gotta know. Caliente o frío?
Okay.
Are we gonna get a reunion of the brothers of Asgard? Loki, is he coming or what?
No. I'm gonna go
Ooh,
post-credit
okay.
scene. So, Frio, Loki
Bad,
is
bad,
gonna be
bad.
post-credit.
Okay, I can see that. Number two cameo. Beta Ray Bill.
Listen, that honestly should be caliente.
Potential cameo. You already know I gotta tie my boy into this. Let me load up the biceps real quick. Hercules, played by your boy Henry Cavill.
Listen, the character of Hercules, caliente all day. Henry Cavill, I mean, I think he would look insane. I think that he would be, I think it'd be a good idea. I think that that is a good kind of under the radar character who people don't necessarily know that is even a Marvel character. Like some people are like, oh, Dracula's in Marvel. Yes, Dracula's in Marvel. Hercules is in Marvel. All those like those typical people we studied in school are Marvel characters to some degree. But I think there's a lot of story and connection. And believe it or not, for all the gods that we've seen in the MCU, like we have not touched on the
Hmm.
mythos of Greek mythology. Like they've just dabbled with it, and it was kind of whack when it came in the Eternals, and they said
Yeah.
stuff the way that they did. I thought that was kind of dumb, but I think that'd be a fantastic cameo. I'm caliente all day on that, and if it's Henry Cavill, then all we're gonna be doing is loading biceps for the next
10
10
years, he says.
years.
Oh, hell no. All right, let's go down to number 4. Adam Warlock. Is he pulling up? Yeah, we're getting a name drop. What's happening?
If Adam Warlock pulls up, it is to extract the Guardians from the movie.
The 5th and final cameo from left field. I know you've been waiting on this dude since day one, since when we filmed this video back for Eternal. The boy Silver Surfer. Teaser, name drop, cameo. Hit me with it.
I think in this particular movie, I would say Frio, only on the foundation of Surfer is such a big, powerful character. If he's referenced, the only way that I would want him referenced is if it
Ooh.
came from Gore, where he's describing gods or saying something of like, these are the most powerful beings and blah, 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 blah. But then you have people who are like gods, such as the Surfer or someone else who I've never been able, I've tried to kill him
Yeah,
so
what if
many
he said
times, I
like,
just never could.
oh man, dude,
That,
you remind me of that surfer. I'd be like, boy,
yes,
damn. Sheesh,
yes.
boy, I'm getting the goosebumps right here. Let's close it out. Let's close it out, baby. We gotta
That'd
keep
be
the hype
wild.
going and we're gonna
All right.
finish strong. Final question. Give me one, two, or both of your finale post-credit scene theories. What's happening?
I'm curious of what you think it should
I,
be.
bro,
No, go ahead. Go ahead.
I hate to say this, but where the hell is Kang the Conqueror? This post-credit scene needs to establish
Yep.
the next biggest threat. I mean, if you think about it, Phase 4 has not been kind to us when it comes to post-credit scenes. We had Black Widow
No.
that basically said that Yelena was going to go take out Hawkeye, and that didn't happen. They're best friends now. Okay, perfect. Then you had Eternals, and they showed Star Fox and Blade. I'm hyped for Blade, but that doesn't show the villain. Shang-Chi, you show that the Legend of the Ten Rings, or the Ten Rings have some kind of cosmic powers. Somebody's coming. We don't know who's coming.
Mm-hmm.
And that's about it, right? So like we haven't had a post-credit scene. Oh, and then Doctor Strange. Oh my God. Dude, I forgot about how terrible that was. I swear to God, they need to deliver. Sorry, I swear to Gore. They need to drop a post-credit scene that shows Kang the Conqueror or mentions him or something, bro. Because as of right now, we don't know what's next. We don't know. And I need a little teaser, bro. I need it.
100%. I do think what it should do is either introduce King the Conqueror or further the next big build up. We know King is coming, but like adding a little more context to, if Secret Wars or something like that is happening, you know, a preparation of other characters. Hell, I wouldn't even be mad if, bro, you had some of the X-Men show up and be
Ooh,
like, who killed Professor X? Like they're talking about something like that. Like if they build on top of Multiverse of Madness, where you have a mutants or even Magneto, oh bro, you have a Magneto post-credit scene where he's like, "What happened?
dude.
Let's go."
Oh hell no.
Shoot.
Bro, that would be the redemption arc that Doctor Strange and the Multiverse of Madness needs desperately.
The last thing that I'm hoping from this movie is I hope this movie gives us cameos that are satisfying. I'm really hoping for satisfying cameos because I really was let down like big time in Multiverse of Madness.
All right, broski. Unless you got
100%.
anything
Yep.
else, I think we killed it as always. Can't wait to talk about this movie after
No,
the
man.
fact. I still
Yeah.
need you to go ahead and sit through the punishment that is Miss Marvel, and then the boys. I need you to get on the boys. Oh my God, bro. So much, so much.
Oh, yeah, yeah. Well, we have to
You
talk
got
about
anything else,
that.
bro?
But no. No, man. I'm excited for this movie. I hope to be back here in what, a
Yeah,
couple
let's do it.
weeks,
And we gotta do this
getting a
the
review
pop
on.
unboxings together now, bro.
All right, man. Yeah.
Like I said earlier, if you guys like our conversation and want to join in, hit us up. You got me on IG, Mr. Jalapeno 13, YouTube, Jabbing Jalapeno, or TikTok, Jab Jala. You got my boy Forging Theories or Forging Reviews. All we're here to do is have a good conversation and have a good time. We out here.